Hi there, and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and it's nice to be back. And JJ is actually here with me today.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, it's nice to be back here in Phoenix. It's nice to be back on Draw With Me, and it's nice to see all of you. JJ, how's Twiggy? She seems a little tired today.
She keeps trying to rest right on the shoulder that has the microphone. So if y'all hear some snoring, some snortling, some heavy breathing.
She had a rough time because she was staying with her cousin. She had to play a huge amount, and she's tuckered out now.
But isn't she cute? Isn't she just the cutest little thing?
She is cute. So it's November, and November 3rd today, and we are starting to feel autumn here in Phoenix, which
it's raining.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's nice. Here's Sadeep Mukherjee is joining us from India. It's very nice
fantastic.
To see you.
Love that.
And yes, and Jacqueline Sanagiotto from Brazil. It's very nice to see people from all over the world coming and drawing together.
Hey, a regular viewer, Jace, birthday tomorrow. How about that?
Jace in Seattle.
Happy birthday.
Yes, congratulations. Caroline from Chile and Laura from New Mexico on her new phone.
Awesome.
Congratulations. So good. So we have a lot to get through today. I don't know. I find like we're just incapable of going on vacations properly. And we find that, I don't know, for me, it's like I go on vacation and immediately I come back and think of all the things that I didn't do because I was on vacation. And we were gone for, what did we miss? A day?
Literally, we were gone.
A day and a half of work.
Well, and a weekend, which, be honest, we usually work on the weekend. So yeah. We took 4 days off of work. It's kind of unheard of. So, everybody's going to chime in and be like, y'all need to take more time off. But we don't.
We don't.
And we're not very good at it, particularly when we do. But we did have fun. Colorado is beautiful.
We were in Colorado, yes.
Aspen trees were turning beautiful colors.
It was great.
Sketchbook school friends invited us to tour the Mancos Common Press, which is one of the coolest things we've seen in ages, a letterpress from the turn of the century.
The turn of the last century.
Yeah, it's still in operation.
Yes. Yeah, and we also, I don't know, it was just being in nature, seeing the aspen trees turning gold and shimmering in the breeze.
Snow on the mountaintops.
Snow. We actually I put my hand into snow. And, you know, it's just something about going away and coming back. It makes you appreciate what you have even better. So
that's
very
true.
Nice.
Nothing like sleeping in your own bed.
That's true.
After having
we were sleeping in
a loft that you have to reach by going up a steep ladder.
There's nothing
not stairs, a ladder.
There's nothing like beginning the day taking your life in your hands.
It was rustic. It was rustic.
Okay, well, let me get on to a bunch of things I want to tell you about, and then we'll start to do some drawing. So I wanted to mention, first of all, our podcast, which I think, I don't know how you feel about it, JJ, but it is, I think, firing on more and more cylinders. And each week we have just really interesting guests. And this week was Beth Tremblay, who has just put out a book about her experience. It's not a book, it's a graphic memoir about her experience with trauma and how we process experiences. And it's really a really interesting book. We had a great conversation about how art can help us to heal. And every week we've been doing this. This was a great episode.
I mean, Beth is so smart, but you didn't mention the most important thing.
Which is?
She's been in sketchbook school since the beginning.
Correct.
So we feel a sense of great pride that her accomplishment has come to life.
That's true. We're taking full credit for it.
We're taking credit.
Yes.
As we will do.
She came and spoke to the folks at Spark a couple days ago, and it was just, I don't know, it was just really cool for her to explain how she went from not being able to draw at all to being a published graphic memoirist. So that was really cool. What else? So I'm doing my first in-person workshop that I've done, I don't know, I mean, it might be
5 years? Well, 5 or 6 years?
To presentations, yes, but an actual workshop, I think it was when we did Row. So that was 2013.
No.
Yes, that was the last time that I really taught properly. It was before sketchbook school. So 8 or 9 years. And I'm doing it one time here in Phoenix. and it is going to be really fun. And it's not expensive. We're doing it in collaboration with our friends at Walter Studios, and it is going to be, I think it'll be fun if you've never drawn in a sketchbook.
The Walter Hive is a nonprofit organization. They do great work bringing art to people who really need it. And they're our dear friends. And
we're excited to be doing it.
It's an experiment, but please come. And even if you can't attend, you can buy a ticket.
I would just say, that's true. But I would just say, just whatever plans you have, cancel them. Fly to Phoenix. And stay and come and you can stay at our house.
Yeah, we have a guest room.
Yeah.
If you don't mind a bug in your bed.
Sure. So that's that workshop. And then if you don't want to do that, you can come the week before and come to our pen and ink wash workshop with Chris Kaler, which I think is going to be awesome as well. And there's information there. It's all this information is in the description below. It's also, I'm going to just run through it at the end. So
I mean, we've done 2 previous workshops with Chris Kaler. People had their minds blown. He is phenomenal.
He is really.
His work is mind blowing, but he sets you up for success in a way like
people did just
no
great
other
stuff.
Workshop I think we've ever done, where people were like completely flabbergasted at the end. Oh my God, I made this. It looks, I mean, the techniques are not hard, and he really breaks it down. So yeah, exactly. Please come.
Jennifer wants to know what the time of the workshop is. I don't know. It's in the evening. Just click on that link. Go to that link.
Yeah, I think it's at 5.
It'll give you all the information.
Next time.
I mean, honestly, what else? Do you have something more important to do? Cancel it. Don't.
Okay, let's move on.
All right. Where were we? Yes, I wanted to say, so Hahnemühle is giving us, how many is it? 5 ZigZag
books? Oh my
books?
gosh, you're going to ask me to multitask here.
I think it's...
I could have been prepared with this information.
Okay, so Hahnemühle...
we have 4
ZigZag books. And...
the zigzag is a super cool thing.
It is a cool thing. And I'll talk about it in a second. But if you'd like one for free, tell us that by writing to us at info@sketchbookschool.com, telling us your U.S. mailing address. We can only send it to people in the United States because we're sponsored by Hahnemühle USA. And if you feel like writing to us, there's our post office box. Again, all this information will be down below. So if you don't get it now, it's cool. And also, Winsor Newton is giving away, it is Promarkers.
Yeah, set of Promarkers, the
set
coolest.
Set of Promarkers, watercolors.
6 markers.
Yes, they're really...
They have a few different colorways, so you have to just...
Yes, as I was saying,
see what you might get.
Giving away these Promarkers. They're
awesome.
They're a luxury item. So if you'd like a free set, please write to us at info@sketchbookschool.com. Tell us why you'd like them, and we will throw you into the hat.
Yeah,
throw your name into the hat, right?
Winsor Newton, the best in the business.
Cool. So, this is my big zigzag. JJ, you remember this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has, and it
the
expands to do things like this fire truck. But it's what a zigzag is it's really good watercolor paper, but it's and this is a big one. And then they sent me a smaller one, which I like too. So this is smaller, right? Hand size. But they also sent me this.
Come on.
And I think this is what I'm going to work in today.
It's like the cutest thing that ever did exist.
Yeah. So basically.
Wow, you're going with the mini?
Yeah, I'm going mini.
Whoa.
So this is, it's really cool. Look, it's like a little accordion, and you can basically it's like making one big stretched out drawing, but it's in a beautiful, it's nicely bound. And what I'm thinking is, today what we're going to talk about is
my favorite topic: food.
Foodies.
I'm surprised I didn't make Twiglet like pop her head up.
We're going to talk about food because it's Thanksgiving coming up here in the United States. When is the Canadian Thanksgiving?
I think it already happened. It already happened.
All right.
So honestly,
it doesn't really matter. So the point that we're going to do today is we're going to just do some drawing of food, and really you can think about it as food, or you can think about it as textures, a bunch of drawing challenges, and so. My hands are gigantic, actually. You too, Sandra. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you a picture of an item from a Thanksgiving feast. We're going to have it up on screen for 2 minutes. can have at it however you want to. And then we're going to do that a dozen times. So we're going to do 12 drawings of all of Thanksgiving and the fixins. So if you wanted to do, work it all out in one page, you could do
just make a collage.
You could do the turkey in the middle, and then you could do, the stuff around the edges if you wanted to, or you could do it on multiple pages, however you want to. But I think it would be nice. What I like about this as a metaphor is it reminds me of when you have guests over for Thanksgiving, and what do? You add the leaf to the table. So this is like an opportunity to kind of expand. So,
and as Joe mentioned, it's a turkey tail when you fan it out. Do it.
It's a turkey. Oh, because of this, you mean?
Well, no, the tail.
What does a turkey tail mean?
Well, like when you have the ornament. Yes, there you go.
Like
that's that? Yeah. You make kids make them, and then they put them on the table.
Anyway. Or it can stand.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, so get your stuff out. I'm going to work in. So I'm thinking I'm going to work in. I'm going to draw with a big fat pen. So this is an 08 Winsor Nude Fine Liner 08, and then I'm thinking drawing ink.
Fun.
I haven't done drawing ink in a while.
Yeah.
And I have my whole collection here, and I have.
Are you gonna make a mess?
I might make a mess.
I'm glad you changed to a darker colored shirt. Is that?
So I have pre-loosened the caps on my bottles of ink.
Oh,
risky thing to do.
Goodness.
I know, but I only have 2 minutes per drawing.
Okay.
So we got to be ready, right?
Jeez.
Got to be ready. So all right.
This is a high wire act.
Yeah. And I got a brush, and I've got pencils and stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see if they come into play. But I really like these colors. I haven't used them in a while. They're different from watercolor. They're different from watercolor markers. And I'm kind of thinking I might try one color at a time.
That's fun.
They also dry fairly quickly, so that could be good too.
All right, let's get to drawing.
I know. So, all right, let's move on. And here we go. There. Okay. Ooh, quick.
Oh, yummers.
Wait, hold on a second. I got to go back because I'm not quite ready.
Do you want me to do something? Do you want me to do the timer?
No, I'm all set.
Want me just to sit here and hold the dog?
All right, so you guys got a glimpse of the turkey. It's coming up. So I'm thinking, because I was also thinking this might make a nice, what they call hostess gift. What do you think? Right? Because we were just invited to somebody's house for Thanksgiving. What if I brought them this entire Thanksgiving feast as a little present?
I think that's super cute.
Right? Could be nice. So I'm going to leave the first page blank. I could write something there. And I'm going to draw my turkey right here. You all ready? Here we go. 1, 2. What am I sitting here for? Dung, dung, dung. Okay, there we go. It's a good looking turkey, isn't it?
Yummers. Apologies to the vegans.
Yeah, if you're a vegan, you can still draw a turkey.
You can get tofurkey.
Or you can pretend that it's something else. Or if you want to just, I don't know.
Just make cauliflower. Roughly the same shape.
Cauliflower. Yeah, I mean, turkey is the only time that you ever roast a turkey.
Because let's be honest, it's not that great. There's just something about it that's,
I thought you were an American.
Well, I'm a foodie first.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't go to a restaurant and order roast turkey, right? I mean, unless it was Thanksgiving.
I mean, in a restaurant, you might expect them to make it well, but, I mean, I think, let's just be honest, my mother, the worst cook, and years of her Thanksgiving dinners perhaps colored my belief about turkey. Not that great. But I do like the whole ritual. I mean, it's certainly fantastic to have it in the oven first thing in the morning, maybe while you're watching the Macy's parade. And, you've got the tin foil on top and you're basting it and you perhaps infused it the night before, gave it a...
Infused it?
Well, yeah, what am I thinking? Not marinate. But
it is marinated, isn't it?
Oh, what is it when you get the spices? You soak in the spices. Brine. You brine it.
That's
brine
salt.
a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think helps definitely with moisture. Oh my gosh, Danny, you really have a very little time.
I know.
Oof.
I know. I'm being daring, but foolhardy at the same time. I'm going to come back afterwards. I've allotted a little bit of time to come back in. That's our 2 minutes, folks.
What happens now when you flip the page?
That's the beauty of the accordion book.
Woo!
Right?
Show them. Show them.
I can just stretch it out to the next page. All right, but here we go. Next one. So this is, a little harder to draw, but you could draw it on a plate, I guess, or you could just draw it as little elements. That's what I'm going to draw. So this is stuffing with, I guess it has some cranberries on it. What do you think?
I can't see it yet. Yeah. I have lag.
Looks good though, doesn't it? I have to say, when I was pulling these photos together.
I'm sorry, that looks like a dish of Twiggy's vomit.
I don't know. When I was pulling these pictures together this morning, I was like, damn, I can't wait for this, actually. This looks really good.
I mean, for me, the minute Halloween is over, I'm thinking about Thanksgiving. So Danny was a little like, hey, isn't it too early to be talking about Thanksgiving?
This was JJ's idea because like a chance to talk about food and right.
Sorry. We did get invited to somebody's house this year who will not be named, but is also known for not really being the best
that's true. Is she
cook.
Catering this thing?
I don't know. We kind of hedged. We were like, we'll see if we can come. I know that's very rude, but I'm inclined to.
Oh, I just put my brush in my coffee.
Order from a restaurant. Oh no. So does that mean you can't drink this coffee, or you just continue apace?
I don't have time anyway. I mean, I only have time to make this really not very good drawing.
I'm sorry, I am not endorsing cranberries in the stuffing. That's a mashup. I'm not here for it.
Thanksgiving is traditional, but with variations, and I think that's fine.
Oh, someone just joined from Iran. Fantastic.
That's nice. Welcome. I mean, I think not everybody, obviously not most people don't celebrate around the world, don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but everybody has some kind of a big feast thing.
For sure.
So so that's cool.
Feast of choice.
Feast, yes. All right, so that was, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and label all these things. So if you first look at this and go, what the hell was that?
I mean,
hodgepodge of dots.
People get mad when I criticize your drawings, but woof.
Right. I know, but you'll see. You'll come back and you'll go, that guy, I have no idea how he pulled that thing out of the fire, but that's why the Guggenheim called him. Here we go, next one. Taters, like them taters. Maybe I'll just draw one or two taters. I had to edit this down because originally I had mashed potatoes as well.
I mean, again, fingerling potato, a delicious item, but on Thanksgiving, no, it's a masher. You got to put the gravy in the mashers.
I just love roast potatoes.
Yeah, I know. Care. Danny loves roasted potatoes. I think
this
is
my
feast.
Else. This is my feast.
Roasted potatoes and oatmeal.
Are
you Irish? I'm the Irish person, and you love these things more than I do, which is saying something.
The Irish may have taken credit for roast potatoes, but they're a global treat.
That's true. Everybody loves a roast potato. You know what really perks up a roast tater? Duck fat.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, we used to do that.
There used to be a place in New York where you could buy the smallest little tub of duck fat, and it was like $14.
Yeah, but it was great.
Oh, it was great. Keep it in the freezer.
All right, I think that's reasonable. Maybe a little bit of. I do like them to be reasonably well done. So
someone is asking, doesn't the base ink get smudged?
The base ink does not get smudged because it is a Winsor Newton fine liner, which is waterproof.
Cajun Paul Prudhomme oyster stuffing. Laura, let us know what time to show up.
Oysters.
No, oyster stuffing is good.
I mean, I love oysters. It seems like a waste of them to make them into.
Well, I think you use the ones like from the tin.
And that's it. Taters are done.
Ding dong.
Man, I almost drank that tea.
Do you want me to go get you a new one?
No, I don't. All right, here we go. What do we got next? Mashed potatoes.
Okay, covering the bases.
Yeah, why not?
I appreciate this.
Mashed potatoes.
Oh, Garrett is asking, will there be a draw with me on Thanksgiving Day itself? And you know what, Garrett? We're going to do it. We did it last year. It was fun. You know, holidays are tough. Even if you're sitting pretty in life, holidays, it's a time for people to come together and support each other. So we wanted to be with everyone, our nearest and dearest. That means you guys.
That's sad.
No, I mean, we absolutely loved having
well, the
that
idea
as a start to our day last year. I think we've done it on Thanksgiving the last several years.
Despite what's happened with the pandemic and all, the idea of traveling on Thanksgiving to go and visit people, oh my God, seems like the worst.
Going to the airport and all that madness. Plus, with all the airlines, understaffed, lost luggage, flights canceled, bad weather. Oof. Yeah, we're staying home. We're possibly going to shirk our invitation, order food from a really lovely restaurant here in Phoenix, which is what we did last year. Bust Margie out of the assisted living, bring her over, fill her up full of foods, and then we'll lay around and bellyache and probably watch old movies on Turner Classic.
Margie is my mother-in-law.
Yes.
All right, so this is in a blue bowl for some reason, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, giving us only 2 minutes to do this, but it's kind of like an express Thanksgiving dinner. Imagine if you could knock out an entire Thanksgiving dinner in just 2 minutes apiece, 2 minutes per dish.
I noticed you're shirking the parsley.
I just put the parsley on.
Oh.
Parsley's the last thing you add. Okay.
I like that big pat o' butter.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yummers and tummers.
All right. I'm getting nervous because I'm thinking I'm going to have to flip the page and this ink is still wet. But we'll see.
Oh, crawfish cornbread.
Oh, jeez.
Oof, I want that. I want that.
All right, next picture. Okay, so this is sweet potato. Those of you who are not American, and I understand it because I, until recently, wasn't American either, will be horrified by this idea. But basically what these people do is they cook sweet potato, or yam as they also call it.
No, they're two different things.
Yams are different from sweet potatoes?
Indeed they are.
Okay, so they cook sweet potatoes and then they layer miniature marshmallows on top of them.
I'll admit to you, it's a bit sweet for even my taste, and that's really saying something. Yeah, when we were thinking about this episode, we were originally talking about illustrated recipes.
It's not that kind of a show.
I know, but I mean, the crawdad cornbread.
You just want to eat food. It's not called Eat With Me. Yeah, this is...
Helen just said, no, I'm not including that even in an imaginary meal. Somebody brought, when we
You could get imaginary indigestion.
When we cooked Thanksgiving, which we did when we lived in New York, we were the cookers often. And, there are a lot of people who don't have their family in New York around. So people would come to ours, and somebody brought this. And she happened to be from Texas, from Dallas. And I think that was the first time I was like, ooh, I've always been curious about that. But let's just say one small scoop is plenty.
Yeah, it's more the idea than anything else. What is that other thing called? Ambrosia salad. That's actually something I really like.
I've never had that.
You know what it is, though,
yeah,
right?
Jell-O.
Is it Jell-O?
Yes.
Is it?
It's got like canned fruit in it, right? It's not a Thanksgiving thing. It shouldn't be for any day. Yeah, but yeah.
All right. Well, we have some people who are enthusiastic about that dish, regardless. Okay, so here's another one. This is a
I like Polenta Pot just said there will be polenta. This is very meta.
So this is, you know, I think there are people who believe that you have to have macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving, and that it's almost like a choice between that and mashed potatoes. Is that possible?
No, you have both. That's just for the carb-loving fool who can't. It's like Sophie's Choice picking which carbs, so you have all.
But that's the thing about big feast things is, you know, the people who are like not eating everything are just missing the point, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'm really here for mac and cheese on all. However, yesterday when I was just trying to do a little research on whether we should shirk the invite that we got and order from a restaurant, I did notice this fantastic barbecue place does smoked turkey, and one of the sides was mac and cheese. I was like, meh. And they also had fingerling potatoes and not mashed, so they were rejected for these reasons. But that smoked turkey, oof, it's
so good. So this is more of a challenging thing to draw because it's a little abstract.
I mean, mac and cheese is a like distinct shade of yellow, not found in nature,
and not found in my Winsor Newton drawing ink set either.
Well,
I'll just keep adding orange. There we go.
I was going to say, couldn't you combine?
I'm getting there. It's called mixing. It's not called combining. Just to give you, she's not an artist.
I don't know what that looks like. It kind of looks like a plate of like
severed fingers.
Anemic olives.
Severed fingers.
Ew.
Okay, let's take a miniature break. Nothing like a little taste of drink. Olives. It does look like olives. You're right. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to wait for 1 second to let this slightly dry, or at least that side of it. But I guess I can go to the other end of this book and go, yeah. Okay. So far, we've got this whole thing worked out.
Cute.
And now I'm going to turn it over and start working on the back. And the thing is, this to me is just an excuse to do a little bit of lettering. So I'll do some lettering later on and just like describe what these things actually are. Probably, it's only 9:30. Okay.
I was going to say, you're cruising through these.
I know. I feel like I'm rushing, but I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to go back to it. Yeah, Monica makes a good point, which is how monotone Thanksgiving food is. Yeah, it's true. I had a salad.
That's why you have a pop of color.
I know. I had a salad in there at one point. I took it out because I was like, you know, if you have a salad at Thanksgiving, nobody eats it because who wants to eat salad on Thanksgiving?
No, Jen has pointed out green bean casserole with turkey fried onions.
I took out the green beans.
Sacre bleu.
I know. Fredo, first of all, welcome back.
Why not 3 minutes? You know.
You were done wrong, my friend.
Why? Why ask
but
why?
But Fredo, 3 minutes, because then we would run out of time. I get in trouble when this show goes for more than 4 hours. We'll probably bring it in just under 4 today. I'm joking.
I need this show to end on time because I'm going to pick up my friend from the airport who's flown in from New York.
It's true.
And
we're doing this for JJ, so let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Here we go. What do we got next? So roast vegetables.
Yummy.
What do you think? So I'm just going to draw like some Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts.
I see pecans. So that looks like Brussels carrots. Pecans.
Yeah. And
there's probably some onion in there.
That looks like there's a lot of carbonization.
Yeah. Caramelization.
Caramelization, right?
Carbonization is.
There's some carbonization too.
When they're totally busted.
They're burnt. Yeah. So a lot of this kind of food illustration is really about just drawing kind of amorphous shapes, coloring them kind of yellowish brown, and then writing next to them what they are.
Nobody, I don't know if anybody caught that as a joke. It's like zing. It's crickets.
That's why I'm not a food illustrator professionally.
Yeah. I mean, is this mac and cheese? Who knew?
Well, it's going to have a few different colors in it, so that will tell you what it is or isn't.
It's a bouquet of roses.
Could be a bouquet of roses.
Yeah, top-down view.
You're right. Well, let's went back into the tea again. Yeah, this is the first kind of hit of color that we've had.
Get that greenies, oranges.
Oranges. Where's my orange? Here it is. Is that orange? Scarlet. Whoops.
Whoa.
What happened?
That red was a bit of a surprise. Not sure what happened there. I think this is a top-down view of the Thanksgiving centerpiece, the bouquet of roses.
Again, I will explain it all in my caption.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a... I think Thanksgiving feasts are sort of good cooking, but not necessarily, right?
Well, because you start drinking.
You start drinking, you end up like... and also it's like nothing comes out at the same time, at the right time, so it's all different
you have one
temperatures.
Stove.
Yeah. So similarly, the drawing shouldn't be too good. Because it's consistent with the whole experience. Well, we've got Brussels sprouts ready, so I'm going to skip this one. Aha.
Thank you. All right. So do you know what I like to do with this situation? And a few people have mentioned they like the thing in the can, which no, absolutely, just say no.
The vast majority of people in the world are not going to make their own cranberry sauce. What are you talking about?
It's so easy. Literally, it's the easiest thing to make.
You get a can opener. You open the can.
You cannot mess this up. But so here in Arizona, we like to put a little chopped up jalapeno into, it's kind of like, have you ever had a spicy margarita? It gives spicy margarita, and it's like, gives a little zing, like when you add a little touch of it to everything else on your plate. Like if the turkey's dry and you put jalapeno cranberry sauce on it, zing, it's good. It
does sound kind of good.
I think it is a Southwestern thing, though.
I mean, is there anything that jalapeno doesn't make better?
Well, it's too spicy for many
Cheerios.
People. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of... This is actually kind of easier because it was all one color, all one shape.
You're not going to put the
orange?
Orange zest?
No, because I'm already getting some...
Zest is one of our favorite words here in this house.
Some bleeding.
It's a word we use often for Twiglet's behavior. She's very zesty today. Not usually in a good way.
All right, so I had to go and...
You're into these blue bowls. It's like you're
well,
like...
I want to add some color.
Grandmother's china was blue, right?
I want to add some color besides... besides just orange and red.
Get the green jalapeno flecks in there.
Yeah, I can't though because this one has carrot on it.
No, I think it's orange zest.
Oh, orange zest. Yes. Okay.
Oh, and Corinne validating. She makes her own cranberry sauce with fresh berries and
there are
oranges.
beans. Okay, so this is just kind of a stand-in for beans because I just didn't feel like drawing another casserole. So let's just draw some beans.
No jerky fried onions?
No, this is just beans. Beans, the magical fruit. These are just string beans. How do you make them?
What's up with that chop? That's a ludicrous thing to do.
Well, this is. I think they're cleaning the ends.
Oh, right.
So what do you do with green beans in a casserole? Again, like you put cheese or some crap.
No.
So what is it then?
Cream of mushroom soup.
Why is that allowed, but cranberry sauce from a can is not?
Some things are just, personal preference. Cream of mushroom soup with those turkey fried. So those turkey fried onions leave like a real layer of
what is turkey
grease on the. It's the brand name, and they grease up the top of your mouth. It's kind of like the same. It's like a Pringle.
What kind of a company would name itself Durkee? It's a combination of turkey and dorky, neither of which is good. Turkey.
I do believe it's probably somebody's last name. Hopefully,
well, you don't have to name. I mean, if your name is Durkee, you could say, you know what, we're going to call it.
It's Durkee.
Outstanding
It's Durkee with 2 E's at the end, not like turkey Durkee.
Yeah. Oh, that makes it much better.
I think they've been around like long time.
It sounds like a Southwestern thing.
I don't think so. I think that's a Midwestern thing.
Oh, really?
My whole family's from Detroit, so a lot of these food recipe. I mean, this my mother, again, a horrible cook, but yeah, cream of mushroom soup was an essential ingredient.
This is the best drawing I've done so far today. There's something about the beans that inspired me. Maybe it's their complex shape.
The first healthy thing.
Janice Skilly wants bacon on hers. Yeah, so does Anna. Dried onions. I'm starting to feel a little bloated. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Legit, right?
Back to carbs. For a second, when I glanced over, I thought it was like a roasted scallop, and that also looked really good. I'm so hungry.
So, I mean, are biscuits like this? This is what Americans call biscuits.
I mean, that's a gorgeous looking biscuit.
Yeah. It's got the layers of, what's it called? Enfoy.
Encloute?
No, what's it called when you have those?
Laminations?
Laminations. Right?
Yep.
We've been watching a fair amount of the politically incorrect British baking show.
And that should surprise no one that we watch this show.
We only watch it to learn the terminology.
Yeah, Helen is saying a biscuit. So in America, this is a biscuit.
This is what Americans call a biscuit. I know, it took me a long time to get used to it also.
They're so tasty, you will forgive them anything. Like a proper homemade biscuit. Nom, nom, nom.
Nom, nom, nom. Num, num. Birdie, num, num.
I do feel like a biscuit. Yours really is starting to look like a stack of pancakes. I think that you are more likely to use like a dinner roll. You know why? Because that's the essential ingredient for the midnight sandwich.
That's true. And also, but you can't sop up gravy with a biscuit.
No. I mean, I think if you're in the southern states, a biscuit is probably essential. But I think for me, for my Thanksgiving, I want it to be like a Parker roll. Parker
House roll, yeah. We actually had a friend who worked at the Parker House.
The husband of one of our sketchbook school instructors.
That's true.
And probably one of the coolest humans I've ever met.
All right, we're not going there right now. We're going to gravy. Gravy in the boat. Because honestly, just a drawing of gravy by itself without the boat, probably not that much fun.
It would be like another bowl of Twiglet's barf.
Barf.
Oh, but gravy is so good. I mean, the whole purpose of the Thanksgiving meal is a gravy delivery vehicle. Like, you can't just take gravy into your mouth with a spoon. So you've got to have all of these somewhat bland foods that you give a little zest with gravy.
All right, my gravy boat is a little lacking, but because you never really are supposed to use the pouring thing when you do gravy, right?
I think, we thought, I mean, no. We use the pouring thing. You mean you meant to have a little mini ladle?
Yeah.
We're not fancy that way. You're just like slop it on.
I don't really have the right gravy color. If anybody from Winsor Newton is watching today, I would urge you to come out with
dog's barf colored
come out with
ink?
gravy colored drawing ink.
That color that you just use is exactly spot on.
Thank you. It actually looks a little intense.
Yes, we call it a gravy boat. Yeah, it's a little red. Like got me like a little tomato soup in there.
We don't criticize drawing here.
I'm sorry. I thought you were looking for my input.
No.
Oh my gosh, we have another person who's come from India. First timer.
Ah, here we go. Okay.
I just love it when we see people from
Here's the most important
around the
part.
world. It's very fun for us.
Here's the most important part.
I gotta check my friend's flight again.
JJ, this is one of your favorite parts.
Oh my gosh, our plane landed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I looked away. You know, I have to say my favorite part is probably the champers. Did you
Is a traditional part of Thanksgiving?
And it is for me.
Do the Pilgrims have champers?
Well, they certainly didn't have Cabernet Sauvignon.
They probably had wine, though. Didn't they? It's part of the sacrament.
Yeah, they probably had beer.
This is obviously a red wine.
Vano.
Vano? Well, I have this color handy. I'm going to tart up this gravy tureen a bit.
Whoa.
There we go. I can take a breath, actually. The wine has fortified me. There we go. Vino. Poco de vino. And boom. I think we are almost at the end of the meal.
Come on, there's got to be dessert.
There's got to be dessert.
Don't even. Don't play around.
Really? What do you think?
We had a dinner party the other night, and all of our slender friends eschewed dessert. But they were like, the couples were like, well, we'll split one, and then they each like
creme brulee. We were serving creme brulee.
And we were like, we eat dessert literally every night.
As you can tell by our
look, life is for the living. We eat in the dessert.
Our
lived through a pandemic.
Portly.
I don't care anymore.
Demeanor. Yeah. So this is kind of a.
You give yourself sort of a hard pie to draw.
Well, I wanted to make it more interesting than just a circle of brown. I've kind of done that already. So this is sort of, I guess it's the pumpkin pie. And it has these kind of woven bits of dough on it.
It's called lattice.
Lattice.
I mean, that's very Martha Stewart.
Lattice prey. It has this kind of woven bit too. Not woven, but
well, that's the lattice.
No, the
braided,
plaited, yeah. So, add some further embellishments. Ooh, I forgot about my paint, my color.
Somebody's commenting on the giant Costco pies, which, funnily enough, a realtor who sold my mom's house, gave us a giant Costco pie, and we didn't get to it in time, and it mildewed. It's really disturbing.
Was it pumpkin?
I think so. Yeah.
I have to say I like pumpkin pie okay, but pecan pie is.
Why choose? It's like
why choose?
Have both. Have them both.
Yeah.
Remember last year we had. Oh my gosh.
We had apple pie, pecan pie.
No, we had pecan pie for sure. We had pumpkin pie, but then we had dark chocolate with like Mexican chili spices as a tart, and then a lemon tart that had thyme.
You don't mind if I continue working while you're reminiscing about.
I can't remember what the third one was. It was something excellent, though.
Okay, so this is pumpkin pie. So I'm going to try and see if I can This camera makes it look like this is not nearly as difficult as it is.
Twiglet's really like licking her chops. I think she's finally onto the fact that we've been talking nonstop about foodies.
So is apple pie considered traditional too? It's pumpkin or pecan, but what else would you say? Should I put apple in there?
No.
No. And then wine is would you say wine is a typical part of it?
Absolutely.
And should it be red?
It doesn't matter. Just all the wines. That's the title, all the wines. Because, you know, everybody's got their opinion about the favorite wine.
All right, so there we go, all the wines. And then we've got some gravy.
Me, I am a Champers girl. Boy, do I.
I know we've already talked about that, though, so let's move on to other topics like gravy. Anything we want to say about gravy?
Gravy boat. I think boat is a cute word. Whoa.
What?
Your pen went a little, your nib went wild.
Nib's going wild. That's what we look for. So then we're going to say biscuit or roll.
Oh, this puggy. So tired. So
Biscuit.
Tired. Stack of pancakes?
Or roll. Do you want me to draw attention to the fact that I didn't do a very good drawing? Do you think that's a good idea?
Sorry.
That's kind of not what we do. Because if we acknowledge that I'm not very good at drawing, where would we be? All right, green beans. And some of the things that we talked about adding to this is bacon. What else do people say?
Cream of mushroom soup and durkee fried onions.
Durkee. D-U, is it?
D-U-R-K-E-E, I think.
Durkee. What was it? Durkee?
Fried onions.
Fried onions. Okay. I think I'm leaving out the cream mushroom soup. So this is cranberry. And what about jelly versus sauce?
How about cranberry your way?
No, I'm going to write sauce or jelly. Is that what it's called? Cranberry jelly? Yeah. Sauce or jelly. And then this is roast veg. I feel this is. I'm working so small. I feel like one of those guys who makes those miniature things with like magnifying glasses and
like out of matchstick heads.
Yeah, exactly. Or like carving a grain of rice. Have you ever seen that? All right. Now the big moment when I flip it over. Terrifying. All right, this turkey is looking very unpleasant.
It tastes.
I'm definitely
looks as bad as it tastes.
Definitely gonna have to do some work on this later on. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna zhuzh it up a bit. What do we say about roast turkey? Brined. Oh no. Yeah, I managed to screw up some of this. Some of this wet ink was not happy being flipped this quickly. See, there's ink on the table now. Get that off later. All right. Now we come to the high wire part of this whole thing, where I have an entire table covered with open bottles of ink.
Oh no.
Brine. So brine, what else do we say about it? Brine? What about deep fried?
Yeah, meh. Gimmick. Smoked.
Smoked. All right. And then we have, what was this stuffing?
I don't know. It was like a dog's breakfast.
Dogs eat stuffing for breakfast sometimes.
It's still wigging me out. There are cranberries in that stuffing. You could call it stuffing or dressing. So I believe the difference is stuffing is when you cook it inside of the bird and potentially gives the whole crude E. coli, and dressing is when you make it in a pan outside of.
No, I didn't know that was the difference.
I believe that is the case. You know, they really say making it in the bird is bad. It's not the height of.
Isn't that the whole point?
No, I think that's an old-timey thing that now it's fast trained to food poisoning.
Next stop, botulism.
Well, botulism is from that can of cranberry sauce. Sat on the shelf since like 1962.
What was that? What is that? What do we call this? The pumpkins? Is it sweet potato? What is it called? What has the marshmallows on it?
Casserole. It's a sweet potato casserole. I'd be afraid to spell the word casserole on camera. I think I would screw that up. Oh my goodness. My friend has not only landed, she's already claimed her baggage. Oh lordy. Friends?
All right, I'm doing the last one. What's the last one? Mac and cheese.
Oh dear. All right, Twiglet, you're free. Be free.
All right, mac and cheese. Okay. I'm terrified to turn this over, but I have one horrible thing happened. One horrible thing happened.
How bad? Can it be redeemed?
Everything can be fixed, but this not good. So that's the
carbonization.
Yeah, I can probably figure out some way to fix that, but yeah. So
I told you that biscuit was. It's like when somebody gets a bad tattoo and they black out their arm. That's what you're gonna have to do with that biscuit.
All right. So yes. So this is a little mangled. It's a little mangled, but I can fix it. I can fix it. I swear I can. Good Lord. All right. That was overly ambitious, but there's nothing wrong with being overly ambitious now and then, right? I feel like I just
ran a marathon
while eating an entire Thanksgiving meal, but I'm okay. Oh my God. Okay.
All right, let's do it again. Have to go. Let's do this again next week.
Yeah, we've got to do it next week. I've got to wrap it up because we have to go and get our friend at the airport. So, yes, God, look at all those things we have to talk about. So just to remind you about Chris's workshop on the 12th, my workshop on the 17th, just come to both of them. You don't have to choose. If you'd like to have your own, I don't think they're going to give you a little tiny zigzag, but they'll give you something cool, as will Winsor and Newton. So write to us if you'd like one, either, both, neither, at info@sketchbookschool.com. American mailing addresses only. If you live in, I don't know, some other country and you have a mailing address here, fine. I want to see your Thanksgiving dinners, however you put them together. So share them on Facebook, on Instagram, or on the schoolyard at Sketchbook School, and tag them #SBS Draw with me. Don't forget the podcast next Monday. Got a humdinger coming up there. And my weekly essay, Danny'sEssays.com. There's a lot of stuff. Thank you for being here. JJ, thank you for coming back. And Twiglet, we have to go now and get our friend. This has been a lot of fun. We will see you. Will you stop monkeying around?
Never.
Bye, guys. Have a great week.